Boston fern is the most popular fern in the gardens, and it is also the easiest one to grow. It can be grown outdoors and also indoors. Like most ferns, it likes cooler weather and moist soil and indirect sunlight. So if you're growing it outdoors, make sure that it stays in shade and it is watered regularly. And the temperatures are moderate, like 65 degrees Fahrenheit or about 15 degrees centigrade. If you're growing it inside, then keep it in a brightly lit room, but no direct sunlight. And for humidity, you can place a bowl filled with water near the planter, so that as the water evaporates, it gets a more humid environment. So I have this Boston fern that has been growing very nicely. It was a very small, one or two leaves when I had brought it, and now it's been growing really well. It is in a shaded area where it gets a lot of indirect light. It's outside, and that's why you can see the leaves are so healthy and so bright in color. And interesting thing is that now I see that from the bottom, how the planters have drainage, new plant or new leaves, basically out of the same roots, new leaves are growing. So yeah, while it looks kind of nice, but it's not going to grow very well here, because this opening is not that big. So what I'm going to try is remove it from here and plant it in a different planter. So the first thing I would want to do is from here basically try to cut the root. So I'll just go deep down there. Yeah, see, when I am moving here, this thing is moving, so that means I got the root where that is connected. So basically I'm trying to cut that. Okay. Okay, so I have it here. The root is there. It's not a big root, but it's good enough, so that's good. So now here I have a potting soil mix in which I have put a lot of coco peat, because these Boston ferns or any kind of ferns, they mostly like moist soil, because they grow in the hilly area where there's a lot of fog and it's mostly cold. So to keep the roots moist, I have put a lot of coco peat in it, so that way the soil will stay moist for a long time. So just going to put it in here and fill it with more soil. So of course for a few days it will be it will, because we have cut the roots, so it may not do well for a few days, but hopefully after that it will survive. So covered it well here, going to water it. So now I'm going to keep it in a shaded area, because in any case it was in shaded area, but now that we have cut the roots, so this plant or this part of the plant is basically not happy right now, so we have to take extra care of it. So I'm going to leave it in a completely shaded area with a lot of humidity and keep the soil moist, and hopefully it will start to grow, and I'll keep you posted. It's been 1 week that we cut off this plant. We separated this plant from the mother plant, and it's doing just fine. I left it outside because it's just pretty moderate temperature outside, around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I kept it in shade and under a tree, and just kept the soil moist, and it's doing fine. It's been about 1 month that we divided this Boston fern from a bigger planter, and this is doing just fine now. So I guess our propagation by division was successful. None of the leaves died, and this is doing fine. I see some new growth here. So it's really simple to divide and propagate Boston fern. You have to just make sure that the plant that you are trying to divide has good roots, and then once you transplant it, then you keep it in a shaded area in a humid environment, because that's what Boston fern likes. So this was kept under a tree with a lot of vegetation around it, and it was getting watered frequently. So it had a lot of air circulation, humidity, and the temperatures are also moderate, so that all helped in the transplantation. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.